Hello there and welcome to my first, albeit impromptu, guide on Conqueror's Blade. And today we'll be focusing on the open world. Basically, I want this guide to be everything you can possibly know about the open world, although maybe all you want to know, because I cannot really tell if I already know everything, but I will share everything I know personally. So today, an update has just been released. Borderlands are open. Right now it's 4 past 12. So yeah, the servers have come online literally 4 minutes ago. Unless they have been live early. I don't know, I haven't really tried, but I have tried now and they were open. So yeah, I got in. So, the open world and its resources. First, what you're seeing here is a border fort. It's a unique kind of a fief that lies between the various regions. So we have 5 regions right now. There's Liangyun, the one I started in. North of it is Maoyang. Those are 2 eastern regions. Then you have Borderlands that are in the middle. In the west, there is Ostaria and Ungrevinia, I believe, something like that. Sounds Hungarian, but I don't know if it is. Haven't really been bothered to check, but yeah, for me it sounds Hungarian and all the names that are down there. Anyway, so in order to cross the border, as you've just seen, you just need to go into one of those border forts. You'll enter on one side, you have to run all the way to the other side, talk to the other watchman, and as you can see, you'll make it out on the other side, which is the thing that they have introduced in this update. Previously, you just couldn't enter the fort. And yeah. Since now Borderlands are open, I'm gonna make my way over there and gather some of the juicy resources that are there. Let's put on some music. That sounds a little bit dry, let's say. And we don't need those. There we go, much better. Okay, so now, first things first. By pressing M, you'll see the world map. You see all the various fiefs, and you have all kinds of resources assigned to those fiefs. As a new player, you shouldn't really care that much about it, although it may matter, like who controls the fiefs for you, because some houses, some alliances will keep their taxes lower, some other will keep them higher, so you need to pay attention to that. We will get to that in a while. Basically, you have 8 kinds of resources, if I remember correctly, which is iron, copper, wood, cowhides, cotton, and stone. There we go. That's so 6 basic resources. Then you have horses, which you need for cavalry units, and finally food, which is pretty much useless. So, for example, one advice I can give you: never go and farm food, because it's just pointless. As you can see, I'm running around on 0 food all the time. My food is exhausted. That doesn't matter like at all. You can go and search those abandoned crates in the open world, and oh, god damn it, my throat is giving out. God damn it, don't disappoint me right now. And eventually in one of those you'll get some food. Or you can just attack another player and win and still have some food from him if he carries any. But yeah, I mean, at the very beginning you can farm food once and that will be enough for the entire game. So yeah, unless they change the mechanic. But right now they're not, so yeah, you'll be fine with however little food you bring. As you can see, I have 20 food in here and some rebel weapons because I have defeated a pack of rebels on my way where I started this video. Yeah, but right now I have only serfs with me, which are not very good units to fight rebels with, especially the hard ones that are roaming here. But yeah, we also get to that in a while. We need to sort things in order. So as I said, it is an impromptu guide. I have no script whatsoever. I'm just going straight from whatever comes to my mind. So yeah, you have those kinds of resources. The 6 I've mentioned first, so yeah. Wood, iron, copper, and so on. You will need those to craft unit equipment, to craft artillery, to do Fief quests, all the stuff. So crafting unit kits and artillery isn't really related to open world map, so we're gonna skip it. But for example, Fief quests. Well, let's say I have gathered some cotton from over here, fine cotton field. We have also 4 stages of quality to that. We'll get on that later as well. So we can walk up to a Fief, go into Fief overview, go to Fief quests, and here you have 10 quests. You can do each every day. So here, for example, have supply us with granite. Granite is a purple stone resource, so we need to go to the map, find a purple stone site, and oh, here we go, granite quarry. So we need to go over there, extract, gather the resources, and bring over here to Matchen, and then that will give you the rewards stated here. And this will obviously tick 1 up. So we can only do 20 Fief quests every week, and these quests reset every day, which means that today is Wednesday. I can supply them with 8,000 granite today, I can supply them with 8,000 granite tomorrow, and so on until Sunday. And then on Monday it resets and new Fief quests are available. There will always be 10 different Fief quests resetting every single Monday, as well as your counter here. And these quests have various difficulty level. So here when you can see both are 1-star quests. This one gives a little bit higher rewards. 2 boxes, 100 honor instead of 1 box at 80 honor, as well as more house prestige and house XP. So yeah, if you're not in a house, don't bother about those. If you are, you probably already know how it works. If you don't, you don't really have to care. You just gain those passively by doing all kinds of stuff. You don't have to pay much attention to it, unless you really want to level up your house quickly or something. And yeah, those quests I think go up to 5 stars. I have never seen a 6-star quest yet. I have seen a 5-star one. As you can see here, I believe was one. That was the one I made. If quests. Oh, you artifact access that information because I have crossed the border. So yeah, you can only view quests from the region you're in right now, apparently. That is another thing that I wanted to touch upon later. About how fucking annoying those are. Fucking rebels. Like, usually you can just pay them off to fuck off. But as you can see, that is not the case with these particular rebels. And yeah, we've been forced into a battle. And they have a hero, and we don't have what is it? And we don't have a proper units to deal with those, because as I said, I have only serfs, and serfs are peasant units meant to just farm resources, which we are going to get to very soon, as soon as this battle is over. Let me even see if I can defeat them alone. What do they have? Hero, javelins, more javelins. Oh, javelins are the worst. Yeah, this is basically the worst kind of enemy you can counter. Once they lose all their ammunition, that's fine. But yeah, I would just die trying to take them on alone. And I could use all my units, but I don't want to. Luckily here, you can just retreat after 2 minutes have passed. And you can drop the aggro by just running away, so not a problem. Yeah, but by retreating, your units will get wounded. So yeah, I guess I'll show you how that works as well. Yeah. But rebels, luckily, don't steal your stuff, which is very un-rebel-like of them. Or just unbandit-like of them. Which, yeah, they are bandits. Even though they're called rebels, they're actually bandits that just bother you on the world map. So usually you want to avoid them when you're gathering resources, because you're gathering resources with serfs. And if you go into a battle with just serfs, some casualties are pretty much a given. And if you take casualties, your labor force drops down, which is also an issue. Yeah. So you want to avoid that, because labor is important in gathering resources. And if that drops down, your efficiency is lower. And yeah, that's why you want to avoid them in the first place. So things, unpredictable things like that can and will happen in the open world, and yeah, it threw me off a little bit with the flow of the guide, but luckily, since I haven't planned ahead whatsoever in this guide, that's fine as well. So here's another mechanic that you will see in the, well, you see right now, battle wariness. So after you've been attacked on the open world map, you enter a 2-minute cooldown. Someone just bought something from me from the market. Nice. Yeah, and that means that in the next 2 minutes, you cannot attack anyone, and you cannot be attacked by anyone. I don't think rebels care for it though, but I will not try that right now. Okay, so you can check here how are your units. As you can see, they were all 40 men before, and now they're 38, and 2 are injured and 0 lost. That's because I retreat from a battle and then I take percentage casualties from everyone. Don't worry though, there are places you can heal on the map, like this wayside inn, for example. So wayside inns are just places on the map where you can resupply your food, not like you would ever actually want to do that, and heal your units. But you have to distinguish healing units from replenishing units. So healing units only heals injured men in your warband, but if you've actually lost someone, you have to replenish the unit. And replenishing units can be done on any allied fief. So for example here, I am part of SUNTZU house, which is part of the Kingdom's alliance. So I can just go into Bao Shao here, for example, and heal my units there. But you can also go into any neutral trade colony. I mean, all trade colonies are neutral, so that's kind of redundant. But yeah, you can go there, you can replenish your troops there, and you can also replenish your troops at the AI fiefs here. So Anliang, Chebi, Banda. For Yanglung it would be Daicheng, Mari, Luxing. Yeah, and I believe even though this alliance is friendly to us, I wouldn't be able to replenish my troops there, because that's not my alliance. It's just a friendly alliance, but yeah, it's not the same as an allied fief. So here we go into a wayside inn, just click, heal units, and there we go. They should be healed now. Yep, there we go, back to 40. So now, as we make our way over to South Suo Fort, let's talk about the labor force. So as you can see already, my warband consists of 5 serfs. This is the best unit in the game in terms of farming resources, and they reach their maximum labor force at level 7. I have one serf at level 7 right now, and the other ones are level 6. If you go here, into the unit training, you enter a veterancy tree. And those are all kinds of upgrades, you can call them that, that you can issue on a unit as you level them up by using them in battles. And yeah, serfs are the best for that. There we go. So in this case, you just pay them off to just fuck off. Usually when you just traveling the map, right? You wouldn't go into all the tabs, or maybe you would because you have other stuff to take care of. Like, for example, a house leader, so house liege in this game. So yeah, I could take care of that in the meantime. But usually you just see rebels incoming, and they have set pathing. So if you just observe these rebels for a while, you'll notice that they just go into, just keep walking the same pattern. They seem really reluctant to move at the moment. But yeah, usually the rebels just have one set path. They'll just go in a triangle, for example, of some sorts. So you can easily avoid them if you're just actively watching the map instead of just, you know, clicking here. Like, okay, I'll tab and do other stuff, I don't know, watch YouTube or whatever, while waiting for my character to go somewhere. Because it does take time, even now when I don't have any supplies in my wagon. Well, I have just a little bit, but you can see speed is fast. But once I go to resource sites and start gathering those resources, my wagon will fill up and it will slow me down and I will walk even slower. So if you just want to go around gathering those food camps and stuff like that, then just go without any troops. You'll be very fast. No rebels will be able to catch you, even those aggressive ones that like actively chase you down. So yeah, you'll be fine on that front. So yeah, we are at SUNTZU Fort. We can enter it and go through it to Borderlands, which is the hot new thing in this update. So I imagine a lot of people will be heading up there, myself included, because there are a lot of very, very nice resources there. That, yeah, will be very, very valuable. And with this update, they have supposedly fixed long loading times. And well, the loading times were mostly long for open world. So if you go from a city to open world, or just load after a battle from rebels, that was so just annoying and persistent. We had instances when, like, I don't even have an HDD in my PC. I have 2 SSDs and an M.2. That's very fast RAM, that's very fast PC. It's just the game is so badly optimized, or was, in that regard. Let's see. Cross the border, go anyway. And let's see how long it takes, because previously it would take like 2 to even 5 minutes in extreme cases. Let's see now. Well, seems fast. Oh, that's acceptable. That's like 10-20 seconds. Come on, come on. Finish it up. That's acceptable loading speed. Whoa. So from my alliance is already up here. Already on the way back. Okay, so we've been talking about... he's being chased by rebels. Good. It's not me being chased. Oh, they just stopped. Yeah, as I said, they just go in a one set path, so they'll be going just back and forth. So as long as you pay attention how the pathing works, you'll be able to just avoid them just fine. And yeah, previously there were instances, because of the super long loading times, where you would be caught by rebels, attacked by them, and as you are loading back onto the open world, you already, your character is physically in the open world, but you haven't loaded in yet. You're still stuck on the loading screen, and the rebels would walk up to you and be like, hey, pay up, you have 60 seconds to respond. But you can't respond because you're stuck on the loading screen, The timer would tick down all the way down to 0, and you would enter on the battle before you could even pay them off. So yeah, that's how it worked. And you can see those rebels with an exclamation mark. Those are going to actively chase you. You have some range to which they chase you. So if you're fast enough, if you're just traveling without units, or maybe with a cavalry unit or something, then you can run away from them. But if you're carrying infantry units, you just can't. And you'll just have to pay them off between 300 and 2000 bronze coins. So yeah, you'll need to be ready for that. And even like best experienced players, they'll just pay them off. Oh, random skill page. Yeah, that's another thing about open world. Obviously, those open crates, abandoned hats. Just walk up to them, click on them, and you just get something random. Some is just something quite shitty, like I don't know, one piece of wood for crafting. Sometimes something as amazing as a random skill page or migration token or something like that. Okay, I want to make my way over to here. There we go. Stud farm. So now quickly about the resources. In order to get the resource, I need to walk up to a resource site, close enough, replenish 1 food, that's why you don't carry more than just 20. Bam, could have been restocked. Now you can gather the resource. And here's how it works. Every single resource site has a basic requisition tariff, which is a cost you'll always inquire when gathering resources, unless you use your requisition token, which I'll show you how it works in a minute, or maybe even less. And then on top of that, you have a tariff, which is tax. So if the fief is neutral, controlled by AI, the tax is 100%. So you pay 10,000 of requisition tariff and 10,000 of tax. If a house controls the fief, then they can switch the tax between 0 and 500%. If tax is 0, you pay just the requisition tariff, just the 10,000 and 0 tax. If they put it to 500, then you will pay 10,000 of requisition tariff and 50,000 of tariff in tax. So total up to 60,000. And if you use requisition token, you can still, you'll just avoid the requisition tariff, but still pay 50,000 of the regular tariff, the tax tariff that will go into the Fief Treasury and then later on into that house's members' pockets. And here you can see my labor force is 49.6, and the higher the labor you have, basically here is explained, but the higher it is, the more resources you gather per one gathering. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Or actually, since I am low on bronze, I'll use my requisition order straight up. As you could have seen, I had how many? 75,000. So I should only inquire 10,000 of cost instead of 20,000. Let's see. There we go. I'm down to 65. Thanks to requisition order, I have avoided 10,000 of costs. And now the resources I've gathered are loaded onto my wagon. As you can see, each resource has volume to it. So one genet, a horse, has a volume of 1,000, and it takes up 35,000 of volume in my cart or my wagon. And I can go up to 150,000. Okay. I'll just go ahead, requisition again. Yep, I would very much like to proceed. And all the resource sites have a set amount of resources they have, reserves. So players will just go there, keep gathering that, and once it's exhausted entirely, then it will refresh after some time, and the resource site will change its quality. We don't really know what is the pattern in which it changes, but we know that it does change. Let's go back to Alyang, where I'll set up my camp, and I'll show. Oh, I can't click there because I had to. Oh, that's all for first. Okay. Yeah, so once we get there, and it will take a while because, oh boy, I'm slow right now, very slow. As I said, once you get the resources, you load it onto your wagon. But the horses should be an exception because they are kind of a fast resource. One that doesn't really have to be, you know, carried along on a wagon. I don't know. Buy them behind your troops and go. Should be an exception. Come on, developers. Where's my realism? Yeah, doesn't matter. Yeah, now back to the units I've been talking about. So basically you want to have 5 level 7 serfs, and then, well, basically your units for territory wars and random battles. Doesn't matter in this case. Maybe, well, it does. So yeah, basically you want those 2 traits, peasant, feudal laborers. And you can see in unit 3, you have some similar units. There are also peasants, tenant farmers, village watchmen, woodcutters. But yeah, they don't have any, like woodcutters, they don't have any bonuses to gathering wood, which, I mean, you would expect. Pun not intended. Yeah, if you go to the veterancy bonuses, you can see the labor stat 5.76. You can see they also get more soldiers, up to 40, and then you have increased collected resources by 20%, but that's it, 20%. And in terms of serfs, they are the only unit that has plus 40%. They also get plus 8 soldiers, so up to 40, but I have 2 upgrades that increase your resources gathering by 20%. And therefore, they can reach the highest labor stat in the game. So you just take 5 of those serfs, level them up during battles. I recommend doing that during a siege. You just take serfs at the very beginning when artillery is most active. You don't want artillery hitting your elite troops and just killing them like that. Yeah, you just use serfs to pushing siege towers, or, you know, trying to carve some ground on top of the walls with them, and just make heroes do the job in the initial stages of the battle. But yeah, that's just battle tactics right now, which is not what this guide is about. So let's see. I think we have covered pretty much everything about resources. What else would you like to know? I mean, we have covered the quality of the resources. Yeah, let's cover the tariffs more. So you have 4 qualities. You have basic one, which is represented by white, and a little bit better. I don't know, let's call it. They have names. There we go. Common, uncommon, rare, epic. There's no legendary resources, at least not yet. So yeah, green is uncommon, then blue is rare, and purple is epic. So normally, apart from horses, you know, paddocks and stud farms and all those kinds of stuff, basically stables, the requisition tariffs are set. So they go up by 500. So common resource costs 500, uncommon 1000, rare 1500, and then rare, no, not rare, epic costs. Where am I going? I got lost. I'm going here. There's only one watchman. I got lost, guys. Anyway. Now we offer support in the right direction. I don't see another watchman in here. What the hell? Am I just so blind? Is this a watchman? Or is this a sheriff? I mean, I enter here. There should be another watchman here, but there isn't. Interesting. Let's see. Maybe we could just talk to the same guy and he'll automatically leave you on the other side. Or is that just a bugged? Yeah, doing the lines of Conqueror. No! That's the wrong side. Like, what the hell? Oh, wait. Oh, I've entered the wrong fort. That explains things. Yeah, so it was me just being too busy talking and not concentrating on what I actually click in the game. Okay, that's fine. That's just me being stupid. Happens. As I said, impromptu guide, completely impromptu. So let's see. What else do you want to know? I have covered the requisition tariffs, how they go up. Tax that is applied by houses. It goes in between 0 to 500 in 10% increments, or rather steps, which would be the more accurate way to describe it. Yeah, rebels we've covered, wayside inns we've covered. In terms of gathering resources, that's pretty much it. I'll go now to Anliang, show you how to move your camp. If you're interested, I'll show you how that works once you get there. And I guess I'll take this time in between as I travel to Anliang and explain to you how territory war works, because I guess that's what you would be interested in. A lot of people would. So maybe that should be a separate guide, but whatever. Okay, yeah, now we have 2 watchmen. So if you want to go to Borderlands, talk to this watchman or Borderlands guide. Oh, it even says you. Oh, the Malian guide. There you go. Yeah, you can just click tab and automatically path to this guy. You don't even have to press tab, you just press Alt and then off somewhere as well. Yeah, I'll talk about territory wars once I get out of here, so I can show you the map. I mean, you can still show you the map while I'm inside, but that'll slow me down. I'll show the resource market, show you the, what is it, crafting. I'll show basically how everything you can do with resources works. I just need to be wary of the hitboxes. Do not click the SUNTZU fort, even though I'm aiming here, it still says the SUNTZU fort. SUNTZU fort is here, not here. Game, please. Yeah, the hitboxes are quite annoying, but yeah, I'll just have to deal with that. So, territory war. Territory war is fought between houses and alliances. I mean, alliance is just a gathering of 3 houses max. For example, here my alliance is 3 kingdoms. We have SUNTZU, Conqueror, and Valar. So we fight together during territory wars. We can enter each other's battles. So for example, if someone attacks us here at Heli, it doesn't have to be Valar that defends it. It can be anyone from SUNTZU or Conqueror to protect it. Same with attacking, we can, I mean, not same with attacking, because actually fiefs can be attacked by multiple alliances at the same time. So, for example, let's say we are allied to the Saint Company, which is here. and we attack Jiangong. Or maybe we're just not allied. We just both Free Kingdoms and State Company decides to attack Jiangong at the same time. We have only 15 slots in a battle at one time, so yeah, basically first come first served. Let's say 10 people from Free Kingdoms get in and 5 people from Saint Company get in. Then once you're in the battle, we have an honor system, which measures in percentage how much each house have contributed to the victory in the battle. So you get that just by, well, obviously killing heroes and units. That's pretty much self-explanatory. And yeah, whichever house kills the most gets the most honor, and if the battle is successful, obviously, then that house gets it. So let's say, for example, I'm not 100% sure how it was because I haven't really encountered that instance in the game, but I believe how it would turn out. So, for the ease of maths, let's say 3 people from Valor, 3 people from Conqueror, and 3 people from SUNTZU attack Jiangong, and 6 people from Sobredosis. So even though our Free Kingdoms alliance has 9 people inside, and let's say we have contributed 60% of honor altogether, but each contributes only 20%, and then Sobredosis with their 5 people contribute 40%, I believe the Fief would still go to Sobredosis. Even though the Saint Company alliance have contributed less overall, but a singular house from that alliance, or just a house, have contributed the most out of any other houses. Although I could be wrong here, because I just haven't had that happen to me yet. Could be the other way around. It first measures the alliance, so it says, okay, Free Kingdoms have contributed 60%, the Saint Company have contributed 40%, so it goes to whomever have contributed the most within Free Kingdoms. So then let's say SUNTZU contributed 25, Valor 20, and Conqueror 15, then it goes to SUNTZU, even though our 25% contribution is still less than 40% contribution of Sobredosis. I mean, preferably it would be the second way I've described it, because it just makes sense. Alliance works as one, and then division between houses is secondary. So yeah, the overall alliance contribution should come first. Although with how certain things are stupid in this game, I can expect just about anything to happen. And all kinds of illogical mess to occur in this game, sadly. So yeah, here's hoping that the developers will improve in that regard. See, I'm puffing all the way to Anliang? No, I'm not. Let's go. Yeah, continuing on, I have showed you the Fief quests that contribute prestige to your house. Then your house can spend that prestige on declaring war. So for example, I can go here, I can click on Hebal, for example, and declare war here. And the next territory war will occur in 3 days. And it says, start war more than 1 day in advance, 675 prestige. I can click here, declare war, the war will be declared, we'll spend that amount of prestige. And then during the territory war, you can attack. If you declare between 24 hours and 0 hours before territory war, the costs goes up, or it's just 100%. If you declare earlier, so 1 day and more in advance, then the cost is 75%, if I remember correctly. And if you declare during territory war, so you do a surprise attack, which is obviously very beneficial, but it costs more honor and costs 150%, if I remember correctly. You can check those values in the patch notes. But yeah, the overall consensus is the more you know, heads up warning you give your enemy, the less honor, not honor, prestige it costs your house. And as far as prestige goes, declaring on villages is the cheapest. Then I think it's forts, and then declaring on towns is the most expensive. And it all goes up in level as well. You can click here. No, you have to do it on the map. Click here at level 1 village. You can go to overview. Level right here. No, I would need to have level up button here, but that doesn't matter. We have our own fief down here, randomly, for example. Overview. Oh, there is upgrade fief. It doesn't. What did it say? God damn it. It did say that somewhere. Once you upgrade your fief, like this is how much honor prestige it costs to declare war right now, and this is how much it will cost to declare war on the higher level. I just forgot where to check it then. Yeah. So yeah, basically level 1 villages are the cheapest. And then you can level up your village, which will increase the cost of prestige for the houses to attack it. Same goes for towns and forts, obviously. And you level up your villages by doing fief quests. So once again, let's click a village, overview, and you can see building material, it's almost full. So every week on Monday midnight, you have this upkeep tick down. So right now that's the font is terrible. 7,480 out of 750. Add 1 0 at the end. Yeah. So every Monday at midnight it will take this away from building material, the 750. It will go down to 7,750. Or 30, because it's 20 less. And it will fuck you, rebels. Sincerely, fuck you. I'm trying to make a guide in here, and you just come in and just pain in the ass. Try to flee. Hey, that never happens. Oh no, where you're unable. Oh, get them. That always happens. I've never been able to actually escape. Oh, someone's helping me. Level 19 guy. Maybe I've been dragged to his battle, I don't know. Like a level 19 guy will be able to help. But here's archers. Let's see how that goes. Depends on what difficulty they are. Anyway, back to the fief. So it will take down, it will increase your prosperity by 30. Prosperity doesn't really matter as long as it is above 0. Because if it drops down to 0, the fifth level of your fief, yeah, for myself there. Your fifth level will go down by 1. And yeah, if it's 100 or 10, doesn't really matter. What matters is that you have enough building material. So once you reach 7,500, then you can build up your fief and increase the level by 1. Right. Let's see that. That isn't helping. Goodbye. Fuck off. Yeah, just wait it out. Yeah, so that's how you build up your fiefs. If the fief is conquered, it also will be reduced in level. And from what I heard, let's say you have a level 3 village and it gets conquered by an enemy house. It goes down to level 2. But then if you reconquer it, it apparently will go up to 3 again, instead of going down to 1. Because when it was under your command, it was 3. And it's like, you're not conquering it, you're reconquering it, which is slightly different. But I haven't actually experienced it. Maybe I think we did back when I was fighting for Grand Order. We had situations like we had like a village taken away from us and then we tried to reconquer it. But I haven't paid attention to Fief levels back then. And I think they're all 1 because villages start at level 1. And I think they just haven't leveled up yet. So didn't really observe it. But reportedly from other people in my alliance, that is how it works. Yep. So, territory wars, basically how they work. You go into the open world, travel between villages, towns, etc., and attack or defend them. Yeah, people. Basically boils down to it. You fight for control over fiefs. Once you establish a control over a fief, you get taxes from it. So, for example, if we were to throw Zia, we have these various resources in here. Is it fair? Okay. You can see we have a resource here. I could take another example. We have old Sintar, right? We have this magnetite iron mine that is affiliated with old Sintar. So if someone goes there, gathers visas here and pays tax, it goes to Sintar's Treasury. You can see Treasury 226, 203. And then every, I think it's between Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday midnight, I would say. I'm not 100% sure, but around that time. The Treasury is distributed between house members in silver. Although I think it's not fully, because that is a shit ton of silver. And you never get that kind of silver. Let's see. We can go to our Fief. Here, for example, I don't know, Iho, right? With the overview, Fief Treasury, you can see 3,000 taxes, 4,000 taxes, 3,000 taxes. And have some, I think that's just maybe healing units, or maybe a camp. Camp is a different. I don't know, battles, rebel suppression. What kind of tax have we collected here? And then Fief itself produces some silver coins as well. And yeah, that's more reasonable numbers. And then it gets added up. So it'll be like 10, 11,000 here. And then those 11,000 silver is being divided between all of our house members. And obviously the more fiefs you have, the more you get. And then you go here, your mailbox, attribute. Yeah, it would say how much it is, but after you actually claim it, it goes down to 0. That's just how it works. You cannot really go back and check, oh, how much money have we earned from this fief this week, unless you take a screenshot of it. That's just how it works. Wait, what? Why would I go all the way here? That was going back. Fucking rebels. It's not like I can like actively dodge them with such a low speed. But in terms of the world map, have I missed anything? All the resources, requisition, how it works, the recommended units to do so, fucking rebels, killing and replenishing units, random, hold on, just abandoned crates. We just call abandoned crates everything. So the raid hats, abandoned camps, they're all just the same. Just different names for the same. I don't know if they have any quality hidden behind them, or maybe it's just entirely random. So no matter if I go to this direct hat and abandoned card, they can all yield the same kind of rewards. They're just purely random. Maybe there are some better odds of getting some better stuff in one of them, but it hasn't been revealed by the devs, and you would need like huge sample pool and actually write everything down to be able to determine the percentage chances of getting stuff. And obviously I don't think anyone cares that much the point of actually doing that. Yeah, so just basically come around the war, and if you encounter that, you pick it up. You can sometimes devote some time to it, just drop your units and resources and just go around gathering stuff here. Because as you could see, you can get some skill pages. Those are very valuable. Fragile skill book. You right click it and then pick which skill page you want. So I want glaive skill page because I'm using a glaive obviously. And you find those bronze coins, bags in there. Wow, 36. So okay. Let's enter Anliang and I'll show you how to transfer your camp, what the camp implies and everything. So, in order to move your camp, see the units here. Units, yeah, if there have taken any casualties, it will be replenish. Pretty much everyone who played the game is familiar with that. Oh, wow, that's new. Yes, every patch is new glitches. Yeah, so in order to migrate your camp, you need to go to Apothecary and buy a migration token from her, which costs 5,000 silver. Then you go to Billeting Officer. If you don't know where he is, just go to Official's Notices, Billeting Officer, and it will buff you automatically. Yeah, then talk to him, which we're going to do second, and that will move our camp in here. Move camp, yes. Missing necessary items. Okay, so the game lied to us because I'm not missing a necessary item because I have a migration token I have just bought. What it should have said is that you're on a 3 days of cooldown after migrating your camp. And I have migrated my camp less than 3 days ago. Which means I'm fucked. Because I have to go all the way down here to drop my horses. Yeah. So basically what you use your camp for is dropping supplies. It also moves all your troops, as you can see, unit here, in Warband. Those are at Daicheng. So I have moved my camp to Daicheng because my supply dump was full. Can I enter supply dump here? Probably? Overview? Nah, obviously not. Well, your supply dump is, well, what it says. It is a dump, a pile, that you dump your supplies in. So you gather those horses and all the stuff, go to your, whatever your camp is, go to supply dump, just drop it there, then your wagon is empty, and you go to your horses again, and you drop it again in your supply dump. And then rinse and repeat until your supply dump is full, which mine was. That's why I moved it to Taichung, in hindsight, to sell my resources at the auctioneer, because I was too lazy to actually move between Kangtu and Daicheng. Yeah, I'll just move it to Daicheng and just sell everything from Daicheng. Yeah, that will be very cool. And now I have to pay for my laziness by having to walk between Daicheng and Borderlands. That is quite a trip. Go me. Yes, so this guide has been made with you in mind, so that you don't make stupid mistakes like I just did. Well, I did that 2 days ago. So yeah, I'll be able to move my camp tomorrow at some point. Yep, should have paid attention to a calendar, not thing that some people have come up 1,000 years ago. Okay, I think that's been it. If you're more interested in territory wars, I have explained basics here. You can just watch my recordings of our previous territory wars on my YouTube channel or Twitch, available in both in the video sections. So yeah, if you're interested, see you there. You can see how it works firsthand, and not only how it works, but also how people just deal with it when they're there. So that's been a pretty lengthy impromptu guide for, well, everything you could possibly know, or everything I could possibly tell you about open world. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. And just for my foolishness, let's finish the video with me dying in duel. Hey, block this now. Oh, there we go. Finally became looking. No, no. Unblock now. There we go. A very, very good melee system in this game. Yeah, I've been planning to stream some Witcher 3 to just have a feel of how a proper combat system works. And I know that RPG fans have been complaining about Witcher 3 combat system, but for me it's very, very good. But then again, I haven't played many RPGs to have a proper sample pool. But yeah, I guess I will rant about melee system or just combat system in this game in a different video. This one is already way too long, but well, that's how I roll. See you in the next guide that maybe, just maybe, we'll have some kind of a script and then will be kept to a reasonable length of 10 minutes or so. Anyway, as we all I could have possibly tell you, with examples live about open world. See you next time. Hello there. A little addendum. As you can see here, your house headquarters are now not. It's actually, well, yes. But I have moved camp, and just because I'm liege, the house headquarters actually follows us wherever I move my camp. Which is kind of stupid, but whatever. Yeah. I've been made aware that it costs 3 migration tokens, not 1, to move the camp. But I still moved my camp 2 days ago, and it says I'm on 3 days cooldown, but I still was able to move my camp. Maybe because of server reset due to the patch, the cooldown also got reset. Maybe that's the case. Or maybe the cooldown only is within one region, although that would be kind of stupid. But anyway, that's the case. I have purchased 2 more migration tokens. Went to that guy who said that the price have increased to 3, and I probably was well, I just didn't read it back when I was doing my guide, because well, I've seen that text so many times when moving my camp, and it has always cost only 1 migration token, so I didn't possibly imagine that it suddenly has gone up to 3 for some reason, but that was the case. Maybe that's because I'm moving camps between regions, so from Liangling to Anliang, from Liangling to Maoyang. Maybe that's the case. Anyway, just be aware that it may possibly cost you 3 migration tokens. But check the price first, don't buy more than you need. Unless you have silver to spare, then go ahead and do that. Yeah, that's been our addendum. I need to now connect the videos in a video editor and only then put it on YouTube, because I have already started uploading the video. But that was just a few minutes ago, so... Hey! See you next time, or something. Actually, wait, no. Since I have now moved my camp, I can show you how supply dump works. Hey! There we go. Supply dump. Here's my wagon, here's my supply dump. As you can see, it stores up to 3 million. So basically... Don't ever do math in stream, but I think that would be... Yes! I was correct. Never do math in stream, or in this case, record videos. That's a very, very good advice. Anyway, you can then just and right-click it. If you want to transfer a set amount of things, click transfer, and yeah, I don't need 200 food. Then it's fine. Actually, 1 is fine, because I only need 1 food to gather all my horses at one place. But yeah, 10 just in case. It's not like it matters that much. But it matters. Oh, I actually haven't spoken about it. Yeah, you can also fight other players in the open world, and if you win, you get half of the resources from the wagon. So just be aware of that. But it's a very dick move to attack someone on the open world map when he's carrying resources. Well, that's how the game works. You can do that. But please don't. This is really a dick move. And with that moral, we finally end this guide. Hopefully. Just in case, see you in the next video. Next guide, I don't know. That will be a video anyway. Or maybe not.